Hello everyone, I'm Kana Taku. Today, I want to do the level 16 about this book about how to write more scholarly papers in English. The goal of level 16 is to create a new file that we can actually use for submission. So let's get started. I want to share my screen. Here is the Word file that I used before when I was working on the level 13 to create an outline. At the time, I created two different types of outlines for the paper 1 and the paper 2. So for this one, I just want to use the first paper to make the format and make the file. So let me get rid of this one. All right, so now for this, so start with this file. The first thing I want to do is to get rid of all the numbering. I do not want to have any underline or bold or anything. I just wanted to have just a regular text. Don't want to do this, so I want to select all of them. And then instead of having numbering system, just as it is, start with here. And just start with this. Okay, so now I got rid of all the numbering, just the text. Then next thing I usually do is click layout, page setup, and then select paper to make sure that the size of the paper is either letter size or A4. Usually either one doesn't matter. So I just choose letter size and then click OK. So that's done. Next, I want to set up margins. So let's click that. Custom margins. Right now, all of the top, bottom, left, right, all of them have 1 inch margin. And then that's it. I'm good. So I can just move on. Or if you use millimeters, then it should be, I have this information in this book, 25.4 millimeters. So if you prefer using millimeters, then 25.4 millimeters. And just use that one for all of them. And that should be consistent. Doesn't really matter. Oops, 25.4 millimeters. Okay, now I'm done. Click OK, done. Okay, then once I set up the paper, the letter size, margins, the next thing I want to do is the font size. So I want to select all of them, and then I just like to use Times New Roman. It doesn't have to be. I know many researchers also use Calibri, and then that's okay. Calibri Light or 11 font. I saw it many times. That's fine. I just like to use Times New Roman 12 font. So I just do that. And then next thing I want to do is throughout the paper, I want to use double space. So click paragraph, and then I select or change this line spacing from multiple to double. And then Word sometimes have this 8 point automatically. So I want to change it to 0 so that the between each paragraph is not going to have extra space. So it's like everything like consistent. So that's why I want to choose 0, 0, double, click OK. All good. And then start with titles around here. But before that, I need page number. So I'm just going to double click here for the header. And then I select page number, top page, and then right-hand side. So now I have page number. And then I need running ahead. Running ahead should be capitalized. So I'm saying personal values and mental health, something like that. And then I also want them to be Times New Roman. Doesn't have to be. I know, probably because people do know like different things. And then I don't think that's just, doesn't have to be too specific. So when I'm done, then design, close it. Now I'm all set. Now put the title. So the title would be usually like, I hit like 3 times, 4 times. No. And then I put the title here. So the title should be, I got to think about it later, but for now, I want to do role of match versus mismatch in values. Mental health. Something like that. And then I'll think about it more later. But it's just a placeholder. So now I at least have a title. But the title should be bolded. So that's good. And then an author's name here. my name doesn't have to be bold. I talked to my colleague yesterday, and he agrees to be my co-author. So his name would be here. Okay. And then we want to add our affiliation. So I use superscript to use 1 and 2 because we work in a different university. So his university. All good. Just change this one to 1 and 2. All right, I think this is it, the title page. Maybe that's too much. So now title is here. Our names are here. And then sometimes, we have like author's notes. Sometimes, depending on the journals, they require notes, like, for example, like corresponding authors information is as follows. And sometimes we put like address, phone number, used to be fax number, probably not anymore, email address, that kind of thing. No? And then when I'm done, finish, then next would be abstract. When you start abstract, instead of hitting because that can mess up, so instead I would just use this abstract, like I click this, and then I select insert, and then I select page break, then an abstract now goes to the second page. And then I'm just gonna center abstract, and then next, doesn't have to be bold anymore, and then start actually writing here. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a background. Start with brief background, just one sentence, just placeholder, one sentence about the background. And then say, and then participated in online, for example, questionnaire survey. So it includes like inventories. Results showed, and then hypotheses were or were not supported or were supported, talk about it, and then add brief discussion. Here, then I'm all set. Okay, so that's just placeholder. I usually write the abstract at the end, like right before we submit the paper. So that's why it's okay, it's a placeholder. And then here, I want to have keywords. In case I just don't forget, so it's going to be values, maybe. What else? Mental health. What else? Say cross-cultural. Something like that. Then if I want to know, like does have to be italicized or what, sometimes I may forget. When I forget, I just use, back to website, and then I use my page. Yeah, so I'm just going to use my own page, something, there you go. Go to my web page and then click research. And then I added this link to APA. So also see this link for sample papers. So if you could click that, then that goes to APA sample papers, because they have really helpful resources for this APA 7th. So if I just click professional sample paper with annotations, then that will show super helpful. See that they don't use Times New Roman clearly, but overall title, author's name, affiliation, author note, that's all good. And then abstract. So what I want, keywords should be italicized, but the actual keywords are not italicized, but separated by comma. So that's, I just wanted to make sure. So back to my file. So keywords should be italicized, but each word doesn't have to be. Does it have to be capitalized? Let me check. No. Very good. So this will be like this. Okay. And then now I'm going to do paper 1 about values and start with introduction. So same as before, click this, and then select the insert, page break. So the abstract is now just like this. Okay, move it on to the next page. I need title one more time. So I'm just gonna copy and paste. It may change though, that's okay. Because the goal of this level 16 is simply just create file. So from now, I'm just gonna use this file and then complete the whole paper. So now I have the title and then start with the second line, but I need indented. So introductions. We don't have to start with introduction, just immediately start the background, but depends on the journals though. So I need background. So click home and then select paragraph and then select special, first line, half inch, click OK, something like that. Then I can start with some background. And I will explain why I believe it's important to take a look at the personal values. Yeah, without using any jargon. Then keep doing, maybe next paragraph. I also want to write about why. So that's the first paragraph. Okay. And then series number 1, series number 2. Based on this series, I just know because I already made this outline, so I may change it later, but as a placeholder, I'm just going to use this one as a format. And then what's not known, more little research has been done, and then some journals actually have some kind of like section name around here, say like current study. Or others just move on, just keep going on, like after all the background, still talking about the purpose of the study just immediately. That's okay too. I think this depends on the journals. But for now, I just wanted to add this current study. But because I created the current study and then centered, but because of this indent, the current study goes toward a little bit too much, right? So I just gotta move it back a little bit, then it'll be perfectly centered. Then next line should start with a little bit this way. No, it's always around 0.5. So the current study is designed to test the following hypothesis. All right, now done. Then next, it's going to be methods. I don't need this extra space. No, I just hit the return because I don't want to continue. So the current study is designed to test the following hypothesis. I want to mention purpose in the hypothesis. I will keep working here. No. And then now methods. So that would be centered, bold, and then the participants, procedures, methods, data. So up to that one, it's all bold. And then results, of course, that's bold, and now will be centered. Okay, so whenever I'm confused or I just don't remember how I'm going to do it, like especially like a level of heading, just go back to this APA page and then take a look at what they have. Purpose of the present. So that's like, okay, so that's level 2 headings because level 1 is the title. That's the title. It's not necessarily level 1. But it seems like instead of centered, they use level 2 for the heading for even the purpose of the present study. So which means I was wrong. The purpose of the study could go here, level 2. Okay, and then not italicized, right? Yeah, there you go. And then what about methods section? Methods, that's level 1, so centered. Level 2, left-hand side, and then next line. So that's good, level 1 and then level 2, which means I need to write something here. Total of participants were recruited. I don't want to use bold, so fix it. What about measurements? Instruments, that's good. And then sometimes, they did not add any section name or anything, like any heading, then just start the actual text. But if I want to like add it, for example, personal values, then I can do this. Then I start with personal values were assessed using a 11 item inventory. And then this would be not bold. Okay, and then data analysis. Done. Results. How about this? Results. Results. Oh, I have a level 2 heading here. They do have it. And then in a table, sometimes just talking about what's shown on table 1, statistics, italicized. That one, it's coming. Not for the level 16. I think that would be level 18. Let me take a look. Yes, level 17 is about methods. So level 18 is about results. So anyway, now I just need a placeholder. So here, I will write this section later. Okay, good. All right. And then results. Preliminary analysis, descriptive test, testing hypothesis 1, 2, all of them. All right, let's use this. I'll write this section later. Yesterday, I already finished making the tables chart, so I can actually here write this section later, but I can mention, I can say, as seen in tables 1 and 2, say them showed, okay. Then report the second results, if any. When we're done. Now discussion. So it's going to be centering again. Is it centering? Okay, very good. Yep. Discussion. And then summarize what this study is about. That one, I don't need any heading. It's going to immediately study. So start around here, summarize what this study is about, and summarize what we found. Second paragraph. I will provide interpretation for each finding. Okay, then next one. Oops, click. There you go. Identify some future directions. I'm going to describe theoretical clinical merits of implications, limitations of the study. Sometimes we can create headings for limitations of future directions. Let's see, discussion here for APA. Then let's not really show anything. Oh, there you go. Implications for practice. I like that. Let's do it. So implications for, interpretation, and if I some future directions and then implications. So if I want to do that, it's going to be implications. Implications for practice. Now this would be bolded and then gotta be here. Then they start to describe. What about limitations of the study? They do that too. See? Oh, conclusions, only conclusions. That's okay. But the conclusions are still level 2 heading. All right. So describe. I could actually describe theoretical implication, limitations of the study. I think I can make it this way. That one have it, and then conclusions. All right. So I will write this section later. Placeholder. Conclusions. All right, I'm going to write this section later, then I'm done. Okay, now next, it's going to be references. So the references is going to be bold and then centering, but instead of clicking enter, click insert again, page break. Now it's going to be the next page. And then once you click, then I'm going to start with on the left-hand side. I actually want to write something about it. Let me do this. Okay, so because I know I'll definitely cite their study, so skimming. ECA. And I don't need to bold them. 2021. Between and within person structures of value traits and value states. Different structures. Structures for different patients. Journal personality. Your 4py. And then select them, click paragraph, and then select hanging, making sure 0.5, and then click OK. And then italicize journal name, volume number, and I'm all set. Okay, and then maybe more around here. Placeholder. And then yesterday I created table 1. So I'm just gonna do this, insert, page break, table 1, copy and paste. Okay, we're done. Table 1, I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, but that one, I may have that one. Let's see. After the references. Oh, no, it's not italicized. Table 1 should be bold. And then the title should be italicized. Whoops. So not italicized, bold. Copy and paste. The title should be italicized. Okay, okay. All right, that's it. I'm done. All right, so what I did is I just used the outline. So I'm now going to save this as a manuscript or text, and then I'm going to use this one. So far today, I have 515 words up to say 3,000, maybe 4,000, 7,000, depending on which journal I'm going to, submit. But now I have this folder, or file. So that's good because that was the goal of level 16. So I'm done. Sometimes when I get confused, I just use this APA sample papers. They can be found in my website by clicking this link, or I also added my text as a sample here. So if you could click that, then you will see with my face. And then if you could click open it, I just formatted in the same way. So if you like to have some template, then you can use that one too, like same idea. Just a little bit different, but it's similar, like title, kind of study, method, results, discussions, conclusion. Conclusions could be on the left-hand side, and then references. All right. I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and then I'll see you at the level 17. Have a good day.